Hello and welcome to your own channel Be Methaholic. Today, in continuation of the revision series for class 10, I am here to highlight some of the key facts, some the case study based questions and assignment questions for you on chapter 3, pair of linear equations in two variables. So as I said before, again I'm just going to tell you about that we'll be discussing on the important facts and points, since you must have gone through this chapter already. Discussion of case study based questions and assignment questions with answers. So you'll have a few questions which are for practice in fact, and the answers are given at the end, so you can just do the questions and verify the answers. So without delay, let's begin with the revision. So what are the key facts? So first of all of you must be knowing that linear equations in two variables, what it is actually all about. An equation of the form ax plus by plus c equals to 0, where a, b, c are real numbers and a and b are non-zero values, are real numbers, is called a linear equation in two variables x and y. Now children, this is actually the general form of linear equation. So whenever it is asked, do remember this: ax plus by plus c is called as the general form of the linear equation, where a, b, c are real numbers and a and b especially will be the two non-zero real numbers. I mean, other than 0 you can put anything. Then in this chapter we will be studying pair of linear equations in two variables. So it is also called as simultaneous linear equations in two variables. Now what do you mean by this? So two linear equations in two unknowns x and y are said to form a system of simultaneous if each of them is satisfied by the same pair of values. Okay. So the example is given here: a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0 and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. This is called as the pair of linear equations in two variables. All right. Then we also talk about in this chapter about the consistency and inconsistency of linear equations. So what do you mean by the term consistent? Consistent means a system of two linear equations in two unknowns is said to be consistent if it has at least one solution. Now children, you know, when a particular linear equation gives you a solution, then it is said to be consistent. If it is not giving you the solution, it is called as inconsistent. Like you must have observed different methods and different techniques of solving the linear solubility of linear equations. So here we are going to discuss the first method is the graphical method. Now graphical method, you must have seen there are three types of linear equations. Why it is called as linear equation? Because you get a line when you draw the graph and plot the graph of these equations. So like we have the three types of lines when we plot the graph of a linear equation. So here you can see when we have a particular type, like it has a unique solution, when two pairs of equations are there are three possibilities. What are the three possibilities? That a line may be intersecting, the pair of lines may be intersecting with one common point in this is intersecting. Now it is intersecting means the condition a1 over a2 is not equal to b1 over b2 should be satisfied. So this will give you a unique solution. Secondly, when it gives the infinite number of solutions, when all the coefficients, what are a1, a2? These are the coefficients here, c1 and c2 are the constants. So coefficients of x and y are a1, a2, b1, b2. So when they are ratio is equal to each other, then you get a line which is coinciding. So the same equations will be there and the plotting will be two lines which are superimposing each other. So it will give you the infinite number of solutions. So when you have a unique solution and an infinite number of solutions, these type of equations, when they satisfy the given conditions, will be giving you the consistent solution. Similarly here, as you can see here, it is written inconsistent. So when you get no solution, when the plotting of the lines is like this, when the two lines are parallel to each other. So दो लाइन पैरेलल होती हैं आपस में, तो वो inconsistent, जिसका solution हमको नहीं मिलता, the lines do not have any relation between them, so we get the answer as no solution. And the condition for this is that the ratio of the x and y's coefficient, they are not equal to the constants. So please do remember the given criteria, because you may be given the questions based on this to find the value of k, where all these conditions are mentioned. All right. Let's see what we have next. Now the graphical method already I have discussed. Now there are other methods of solvability. The other one is algebraic method. Now algebraic methods comprises of substitution method, means you are substituting the value of one variable into another equation. Then we have elimination method. Elimination means you are going to eliminate the value of one variable and you are going to substitute it in the other equation. Then we have method of cross multiplication. Now this method of cross multiplication has got some condition over here. You have to just remember the process of solving through cross multiplication. This is very, very important. Now besides all the three methods, children, you must be having, you must have seen the problems which are based on numbers. Then there are certain equations which are to be formed into a reducible form. I mean, you have to change that particular equation into a normal general form of the linear equations, and then it is called as the reducible form. Then you have the questions, word problems based on time and work, and boats and streams, of course. So these also are other pattern of questions which you will face in this chapter, and which you must have gone through this chapter, and the questions, especially the word problems based on this method. So all these patterns you must remember, because sometimes in the exams they ask you a particular method through which you have to go through and find out the values of x and y. Especially the cross multiplication method is mentioned and asked. Otherwise it's only, I mean, you are free to use any method to get the value of x and y. Now as I told you about general form of linear equation, which is usually given as a1x plus b1y plus c1 equals to 0, and a2x plus b2y plus c2 equals to 0. Now children, remember, I'll tell you one interesting method also through which you can find the value of the x and y easily, besides what is mentioned here. Now just remember here that when the two equations are like this, so when you have to talk about x, the coefficient of x over here, do not consider the value of x over here. Now let me rewrite it in a particular form so that it will be convenient for you to understand. So both the equations you write it out in this manner, one below the other, and when we have to take the coefficient or the variable x, means the entire x part has to be skipped. Don't take this part. The coefficient of y has to be multiplied with c2 and c1 with b2, means you have to take the rotation in this manner. Always jump and like this and go like this. So x जब हम लेंगे तो x का जो है कोफिशिएंट हमको नहीं यूज करना है, तो सीधे जंप करेंगे आप y के कोफिशिएंट से जो फर्स्ट इक्वेशन है. सो b1 is to be multiplied with c2 minus b2 c1. c1 b2 or b2 c1, it's one and the same thing. Now let's come to the variable y. अब जब y कंसिडर करेंगे तो दिस यू डोंट हैव टू कंसिडर, सीधे आप जंप करेंगे कांस्टेंट पर. पहले ये वाला पार्ट लेना है, ध्यान रखेंगे सब लोग. c1 को आपको मल्टीप्लाई करना है a2 से, c1 a2 minus c2 a1. Okay, you don't have to consider y. Now jump on to this one constant, so don't consider the constant term over here. Consider a1 b2 and b1 a2. Jump on to this first. इसमें बहुत ध्यान रखना है, a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Please remember this. पहले आप b1 नहीं लिखेंगे, पहले a1 ही लिखेंगे. अगर आप ये लेते हैं, इसके बाद both, since all the three are equal to each other, then you will be equating with this. To get the respective value of x, you will have b1 c2 minus b2 c1 after cross multiplying a1 b2 minus a2 b1. Similarly, the value of y can be derived out by comparing with the last constant and cross multiplying the term, and then you will have the respective values of x and y as the solution. All right. Now this, I think, must have cleared your concept of how to find out the values. Now I am going to talk about homogeneous system of equations. Now children, you also have some questions in your exercise where the constant term is missing. There might be some linear equations given to you where the constant term is missing. As you can see, a1x plus b1y equals to 0. In this, the c1 is missing, and here also c2 is missing. So for such equations, remember, it will always give you the 0 solution, means x and y will always be 0 when the coefficients are not equal. the ratio of the coefficients are not equal, and they will give you infinite solution when the coefficients, ratio of the coefficients are equal. So please do remember this part also. Now we are going to discuss some case based questions here. So I have prepared some case based questions for you children. Please do just go through these questions and try to solve the questions. Let me read this question now. Carefully reading is very must, because you have to understand the details given in the questions. So reading is very, very important. Sanya went to a fair in a village. She wanted to have a ride on giant wheel. As you can see in the picture, giant wheel is this, and play hoopla. Now what is this game? It's a game in which you throw a ring on the items kept in a stall, and if the ring covers any object, you get it. Now you must have played this game also. The number of times she played hoopla is half the number of rides she had on the giant wheel. Now see here, there is an expression, an equation given to you, that the number of times she played hoopla is half the number of rides she had on giant wheel. If each ride cost ₹3 and a game of hoopla cost ₹4, then answer the following below questions. Now these are the details given to you. So first thing you have to consider is, you have to assume the variables x and y. So what are the variables that you are going to assume? So here we are going to assume it as, let us take it as, let the number of rides be taken by her be x, and the number of times she played the game hoopla be y. Okay. Now as per the given condition, she played hoopla is half the number of rides she had on giant wheel. See here. So hoopla kitni baar kheli hai? Y. So y will be half of x. This will be equation 1. The second one, each ride cost ₹3 and the number of hoopla and the game of hoopla cost ₹4. So if she is taking x number of rides, then she will be paying 3x rupees. Okay. If she is if the cost is 4 for the game hoopla, and if she is playing it y number of times, then the number of and the amount she paid is 4 times y. And now the question says, how many times she played hoopla if she spends ₹30. That means if she is spending ₹30, so how many times she played the game hoopla? So she is consuming 30 rupees for the game, so together it is costing her 30 rupees. So that means now you will be solving, making this as equation 2. So solve both the equations, and you know how to solve the equations. Take the value of x equal to 2y, and you will have the respective values of x and y. And once you get the respective values of x and y, you are going to answer these particular questions. Now remember, it's not only that the questions are asked from the given details to you, there might be some other questions also which are related to the chapter, like the question 3rd, which is asking you, write the condition when the pair of lines are coinciding. So you know, when the pairs gives you coinciding lines, gives you infinite number of solutions. So what are the relations between the ratio of the coefficients? So that you have to mention. When it will be inconsistent, that also you know. And write the general form of linear equation. Now all of you must be aware of the general form, as I said and discussed before. Ax plus by plus c equals to 0 is the general form of linear equation. So children, do remember, in the case study based questions, there are questions being asked which are related to the chapter and the topic. It's not always that you get the questions from the details given to you here. Okay, I hope you have understood this question now. So let's go to the next question. The next question related to this is, an architect designs a layout of the house. As per the design, the area of 2 bedrooms and kitchen is 100. Based on the above information, answer the questions below. Now as you have to observe the given diagram very carefully. Now what you can see here is, it is a rectangle shaped figure. There are 2 bedrooms, each is of rectangular size. This is a bathroom, this is a kitchen. Now the equation you have to frame is 2 bedrooms and kitchen. The combined area of 2 bedrooms and kitchen is 100. So one equation can be framed with this given situation. So at first you can see the opposite sides of rectangles are equal. So here the first expression and the equation which you can have it is that x plus 3 plus y equals to 18, because the opposite sides are equal. So with this you will have the first set of equation in front of you, which will be equal to 15. This will be equation 1. Secondly, this is 4 plus 4 plus 2. So if this is of unit 10 units, this side will also be of 10 units. Okay. Now 2 bedrooms area and the kitchen combined is giving you 100 square centimeter. Now what is the area of one bedroom? Let us find out. This is the length x, this is the width 4. So 4 times x, L into B is the area of one bedroom. Make it double. So it will be 4x into 2, because there are 2 set of bedrooms. And the kitchen's area. What is the kitchen's? The length is y units and the breadth is 4 units. You can compare it. So the area of the kitchen will be 4 times y, L into B. Together it is equal to 100 square units. So the equation you will have will be 8x plus 4y equals to 100. You can simplify it. Please see that if any term is taken common, you can reduce the equation to get it easier. So take 4 common, it will be 2x plus y equals to 25. So this will be your equation 2nd. Now you have equation 1, you have equation 2. Assume and use the elimination method, subtract it. You will have the respective values of x and y. So once you get the values of x and y, you can substitute in the given diagram and answer these below questions. I hope it is clear to every one of you. Form a pair of linear equations in 2 variables from the above situation. So these are the pair of equations which we have framed. So this will give you the answer to this question. Then you will have the second question, find the area of living room in the layout. Now living room ka area kaise nikalenge? Now this living room given here is comprising of the entire green part. You can see here. So draw an imaginary line over here. This, once you get the value of x, it will be L into B, will give you the area of this rectangular part. Then join, once you are joining this will be the entire length. This length is 6 units, 4 plus 2 is 6, and the entire y is derived out, y plus 3 will be the length. So add on the total area of the entire living room, you will have the answer here. Find the length of the outer boundary of the layout. Outer boundary means they are talking about the perimeter. So you know perimeter of rectangle what it is, so you can find out the outer boundaries length. Find the area of each bedroom and kitchen. Now each bedroom and kitchen, you can, once you have found out x, you can find out the area of each bedroom and kitchen. Now find the cost of laying tiles in the kitchen at the rate of 50 per square meter. अब costing दिया हुआ है तो आपको kitchen का आप costing निकालना है, tiles लगानी है, so find out the area of the kitchen. Y, once you find out, multiply y with 4. This will give you the area of the kitchen, then multiply it with the cost. So you will have your answer for this. I hope you will be able to solve these questions and be confident in solving these questions. So I believe you will be able to solve and get the answers accordingly. Now let's see what we have in the question 3rd, case-based questions. So this is a different question. There is an auto rickshaw and a cab as seen in the picture. So what does it says? That the travel fares of public transport keeps changing as they depend on fuel charges. These are various vehicles like this, various vehicles. The travel fares have fixed charges along with the charges per kilometer. And you must have visited the different places using cab. So cab has a fixed charge which you have to pay, and then gradually as you move to your subsequent destination per kilometer, they have different charges. So there are 2 girls, Ruhi and Sia, who hired a cab and auto rickshaw simultaneously. So the table here is showing the distance traveled and the amount paid when Ruhi is taking the cab and visited 2 places. Similarly, Sia has visited 2 different places and paid these amounts. So situation 1 and situation 2 is given here, that she visited place A and paid 200 rupees and journey of 10 kilometers, and for place B she paid 350 for a journey of 20 kilometers. Okay, so again here you can see we'll have to assume the places to be x and y. So let's before solving it, let us consider the places here. So let the fixed charge be rupee x and the charges, or the charge you can say, and the charges per kilometer be rupee y. Okay, now if we have assumed these 2 things, and accordingly you can make the equation over here. Now for a journey of 10 kilometers, now fixed charges, if y rupees and she has traveled 10 kilometers, then the first expression would be fixed charges plus 10 kilometers she has traveled, together she has paid 200 rupees, make it equation 1. Then we'll have the second framing of the equation, fixed charges is rupee x, then she has traveled 20 kilometers, she will be paying 20 y rupees. This is giving us the amount 350. So here you have the two equations given to you. So these are the two equations. Use the elimination method. This you are going to subtract the equations, and then you can have the respective values of the x value, x and y. Similarly, children, you can also frame the equation with the second condition, situation 2, which is traveled by Sia. Similarly, you can have the equation for the second situation also, and based on the given conditions you can give the respective answers. So let's have a look at the different questions being asked for this case based question. For refer situation 1 means first situation you have to consider and you have to answer. If the fixed charges be rupee x and the running charges be y, then the pair of linear equation representing the situation. Now in this, out of the given set, I think in the previous question slide I'll show you, x plus 10y is 200 and x plus 20y is 350. So I think the expression third, which is C option, is very well satisfying the given situation. So this will be the right answer. Next says a person travels a distance of 30 kilometers. Now children, please solve for x and y, and once you get the value of y, multiply it with 30, you will have the respective answer to this question as well. The fixed charges Ruhi has to pay is, again the fixed charges हमने x assume किया था, तो x की जो भी value आएगी वो आपका इस option में से answer होगा, ठीक है. Similarly, refer situation 2. Now for second situation you will have to again make the expression. Then how much amount Sia has to pay for traveling a distance of 25 kilometers. Now please remember, again the same equations you are going to frame, solve for x and y and multiply 25 with y, you will have the respective answer. Now what does this question says? The graph of lines representing situation 2. Now as you can see that we are getting the value of x and y, and the condition a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, so definitely we are going to have the intersecting lines. So this will be your respective answer. I hope these three case based questions have clarified how you are going to solve these type of questions. And now since the pattern has changed, children, remember you will be facing in the main exam, besides case based questions, you will be facing the objective pattern also, in which you will have the multiple choice, true and false questions, and fill in the blanks, match the words, all these type of questions you are going to have it, right? So here is the testing questions for you. So some testing questions I have put forth over here. Please do solve them. And in this question you please do solve, the options are not there, but you can have the solutions for x and y and cross check. One advantage of solving the linear equation is that once you get the value of x and y, children, you can substitute any one x and y's value in any one equation. You can cross check that LHS and RHS, they should be equal. If they are equal, then definitely you will have the answer over there. You have this also. Now in this situation, please do try to solve it in this manner, that write 2 root 8 as 2 raised to the power 3 by 2 and compare it with this. I hope you will be able to solve this particular question also. Similarly, these questions are asking you for different unique solution, no solution, the value of the constant k is asked. So put forth the conditions and you can get the value of x and y over here. The answers are there already for your help. So please first solve the questions and then you can cross check the answers. This is for your practice. Similarly, as I said, you have also studied the word problems. So I have taken few word problems and the different set of questions over here. So please do solve the questions based on numbers, questions based on boats and streams. Different variety of application problems are also there. So do solve them and get the answer for these testing part. Okay. Here there are 6 questions I have considered, so answers are also there. Please do remember, and for any query please do write in the chat box in my and any queries, I mean even if the answers are not mentioned properly, please do mention it and do solve it. And all the best and good luck, and I hope this video has helped you understanding the key facts of questions related and the topic related to the chapter, and the case based questions which I have designed and framed specially for you people. So do practice it. Happy learning. Keep watching my channel Be Mathaholic for more videos. I'm going to have the next set of chapters once the chapters are over from your side also. So goodbye for now.